I'm breaking the fight. Like, hey, stop. Like, break it up. Stop this shit. Or someone just hits me in the back of the head. I'm like, boom. I see stars and I get a revelation. Like, what the fuck am I doing here, dude? This is not my problem. So I leave the area. I'm in the middle, dude. I push everyone off and I literally just walk off. I walk off the field of battle. Dude.
But this is how mad you walked in. You like, hey guys, still fighting. You punch me in the head, guys.
I'm feeling my head. I'm like, hold up, dude. This is not my fight.
Yeah.
So I just, you know what? Push them off. I go, I'm off the field of battle. I'm like, you guys do whatever you guys want. I'm feeling my head. I'm like, oh, fuck, this one hurt, dude.
You went clean. You're like, hey, bro, give me one of those beers real quick, man.
Yeah, oh, fuck, dude. I grab my beers. I move away from the area of fighting. And all of a sudden, police are coming. I'm like, dude, in the middle of nowhere.
First of all, police doesn't come here that quick.
Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. Like, how are they coming? When are they coming?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the time I had the PT Cruiser. And the fight moved. It started moving towards the cars, and my car got some blood in it.
Blood?
Blood, yeah. Something was leaking, dude. It got blood in it. I forgot.
Not the first time, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time, you know what I'm saying?
So, you know what I'm saying? Blood's leaking, whatever. I'm like, damn, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to leave at this point, you know what I'm saying? And they stop fighting, whatever. People are like, oh, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you too, this, and that. And this people, like, the fights always happen from people from out of town.
Yeah.
Because the townies don't fight each other.
Yeah.
No reason to fight.
No.
But other people from other towns, they're the ones that always, unfortunately, they're the ones that always start shit, dude. Because it's been like that from Miller Bash #1 to Miller Bash.
Oh, well, now you go down a different road, man.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, just the one punch in the back of the head was, you know what? I'm never ever getting other people's problems. Not my fault. Not my problem. That dude could be getting stomped. I'm be like, dude, you probably did something to deserve it. Dude.
Yeah, right.
Ain't nobody whooping your ass, just whoop your ass.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, that's what I've never understood about people getting involved.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
if you're getting your ass whooped, it's because you really did something.
Maybe if I was walking down the street and I saw this woman getting beat, maybe, yeah, for sure I would probably say.
That's a different situation.
Yeah, different situation.
But you see a dude getting beat, because I've been at not Concord. What's the one?
Congress?
The Congress.
Yeah.
Congress, dude. I saw 2 fights broke out in my history of going to Congress. When I went to go see.
Wait, the hotel?
No, I'm sorry. Was it Congress?
Oh, no, it is called Congress, right?
Yeah. I'm talking about Congress. Yeah. After Edward Maya, because I wanted to go see him, in front of us, because you know how in Congress they had the fence and stuff, like in the parking area. Yeah. I saw some dude run, and a group of guys just chase him, and he's just getting his ass stomped. And I was just there with my BM at the time. I'm like, dude. This dude's getting stomped, you know?
Yeah.
And she's scared. And I'm telling her, just relax.
You know what I would have done? I would have grabbed her and thrown her in there.
I'm about to go in there myself.
Get some in there for me, man. Hey, bro, get some in there for me, man.
But dude, this dude's getting his ass whooped, getting stomped. Literally, he's getting stomped on the pavement. I'm just like, not my fucking problem, dude.
Yeah, you're like, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. No one just whoops anyone's ass just to do it. You have to provoke them. No.
There's a couple people. But I feel like there's always that one random guy who's like, I had nothing to do with this, man.
I feel like, but this. But most
fights have something. Yeah. You know, here's my thing. It's like, look, man, like you said, some people have it coming.
Yeah.
Some people get the wrong end of the deal. The wrong end of the deal. Yeah. Unfortunate events happen, and you get stuck in the middle of it. And you know, like, just obviously, there's some times where you do have to do something, right? But the majority of times you could just walk away.
Oh, but we ain't doing anything. Dude.
Yeah,
we ain't doing anything.
No.
You're like, I'm sorry, homie.
Yeah. And here's the one thing I'm gonna say to you too. It's not on you either.
No.
If that person dies, that person dies. As whack as that sounds, I'm sorry I giggled halfway through it. But if that person dies, that has nothing to do with you.
Nah, dude. It's just
That's God's work. Listen to here.
God's purge.
Listen to here, man.
That was full.
Yeah, and it was full. It was full. Yeah,
It's awesome, dude. Honestly,
Do you
to start out at full basement like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
do you remember your first joke?
Probably not, but it was something dumb, bro.
Yeah.
Dude. The whole, I want to say the whole first like 9-10 months that I did stand up, it was horrible. It was because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to structure jokes. Yeah, you don't know. It's just it takes some time because you think you're a funny person, but it takes some time to learn how to communicate what you're trying to say.
Execute the jokes.
What you're trying to say, to put it in, like, you have something funny in your mind, but you don't know how to say it right.
Yeah.
So you got to put that funny thing in your mind and their mind. So it takes some time to learn the correct language to use
the timing
and everything. Yeah, to use to make it funny. So yeah. So yeah, I think I was pretty bad the first 8-10 months, but I didn't know it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't know it.
Were you getting laughs though? Like, were you getting like
you would get laughs. I mean, I would get laughs.
Yeah.
I would bomb a lot of times too.
Yeah.
The first time I bombed, I was depressed for like a week the first time I bombed. Yeah, because
Dude, just a quick side note, man. This way, same here, man. Same here. Like, this one time I went on a double date with this guy. It wasn't really like a double date. It was kind of like we were talking. He brought 2 chicks, and we were like, hey, let's see what they're about, right? And I made a joke. on the table.
I remember this. I remember this now.
Dude, and it wasn't even, and here's the worst part, man. Not only was I not interested in these women, but I was like, I'm going to try just to try, right? So
see what I got.
We're talking about a friend of his, and I'm like, oh, I got an opportunity for a joke, right, about him. So I make this joke, and they sit there, dude, and just look at me. Don't even react. It ruined a month.
Yeah, crickets, bro.
Dude,
crickets.
It ruined a month for me, dude. I'm like, oh,
crickets, bro. Crickets.
I'm like, just kill me now.
Nah, yeah, you bombed.
I think I was funny. I think I was funny, right? I laugh, right?
Yeah, but you laugh at everything. So that's you know what I'm saying.
Your laughs don't count, bro. Yeah, it's como de chocolate, bro. Yeah, it's a given, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, you still breathing? Yeah, he's laughing.
Yeah, he's a handicap in golf, bro. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, dude, yeah, for sure.
I remember that night, dude.
Yeah. And you, but you kept going.
I kept going, and then eventually you start writing decent material, and you start, people start liking what you do, and then people start booking you and stuff like that.
When you were writing material, man, how much material do you actually write before you're like, you know what, this is what I want to do? Before you go down to your like last 5 minutes, how do you pinpoint your last 5 minutes? Like, this is what I want to do.
What do you mean?
Out of I'm guessing you write about 10, 20 minutes of
so you're saying like
material,
let's say you pick your subject, right? And you're like, all right, so this is the joke I'm gonna elaborate on, and this is gonna be my first like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna concentrate on this one to be my what I'm gonna finish off on. My
So like when you go up on stage,
how
do you decide? Well, it's usually the rule is
like you probably have you have to have like a structure in order this is gonna execute.
So the rule almost is like, you gotta put the joke that has like the biggest pop, the biggest like
at the beginning,
right? No idea.
Oh, the end.
So because you wanna close with like a big laugh.
Yeah, boom, with fire.
Yeah, with fire. And then you put your second best joke first.
Okay.
So because you want to get them early too. So and then after that you could just structure whatever makes sense. Like if you ended up in the first joke talking about something about cars, and then
you gotta end it with cars,
and then your next joke is something to do with buses, and that fits with this one.
Okay.
So but usually you try to do your joke with the biggest last punchline at the end, and then your second best joke at the beginning for the most part.
And have you always done 5 minutes, or you have done longer?
No, I've done hours.
No, an hour.
I done an hour. When I recorded an album last year. I did like 55 minutes an hour.
Still, dude.
Yeah, I done.
How do you have 55 minutes of material? Please tell us, man.
That was 6 years. 6 years of writing. 6 years of writing.
6 year depression, man.
Nah, it's just. Well, yeah.
So it was. What is this? Was back in like, I want to say 2010.
Yeah.
So a bunch of my friends and us, we went to Cuba Road. Do you guys know the history? Like in Barrington, Cuba Road.
Yeah.
No.
That's like the one. That's like the one where it's like. People like the train, right? The car goes backwards and stuff like that.
It's a lot of random shit.
Yeah.
Barrington? In Barrington, there's a road called Cuba Road.
No, yeah. No. Dude, was I there with you?
No, you weren't. I don't think you... Were you? No, you weren't there. Why? What happened?
We did go to a haunted house, though, when we...
I remember that.
Yeah, and you remember the dog?
I remember that, but that wasn't that. That wasn't
that. But you
that.
remember like, going like down the dead end, and then we saw like a big black dog, and the road kept getting... We were lost because GPS couldn't pick up.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember. I
yeah. He's part of the ghost story, dude.
That wasn't that one though.
Okay,
That's not
okay.
the one. Okay, hold on. So that was a different time. But okay, so we were in Cuba Road. This road called Cuba Road in Barrington.
I remember. Yeah.
And they had this famous cemetery, the White Cemetery, I think it's called. We went there, me and a bunch of friends. I don't think you know any of them, but anyway, we went there, and supposedly the whole cemetery is haunted and whatnot, and you see shit. So whatever, we go there. This is in 2010. We went out there, and on the way there, we got stopped by a cop because we were in like what kind of car was it? It was like it was a small ass car. I don't remember, but like it was like 6 of us in there. So there's a bunch of us. You know, obviously the cop's gonna stop us. He stops us, and when we're about to get there, and he's like, "Hey, a bunch of teenagers." He stops us and he looks at us and he's like, "Where you guys going?" and shit. And we're like, "Oh, we're going to a White Cemetery." And he like stops. He's like, "What?" And then I'm shining his flashlight. And he's like, he looks inside. He's like, "There's 6 of you in this car. You know, we all got seatbelts, whatever. So it don't matter." So he's like, "Okay, well, I guess you guys are good to go." And he's like, "Just be careful because what do you say? A group of teenagers died out there like 2 weeks ago." You know, and they were racing, I guess, supposedly, and they crashed. And this is like, I think, almost Thanksgiving. So he's like, "Just be careful out there because we don't want anybody crashing. You know, that's a bad gift to give your parents, you know, but right before Thanksgiving." We're like, "Yeah, officer," he was cool as hell. "Yeah, officer, thanks a lot. All right, cool, whatever." So he let us go. He saw us all have belts. We went there. We get to the cemetery. We actually got out of the cemetery and walked around. We didn't see shit. We all separated and whatnot, you know, obviously just being there creeped us out. So we didn't see anything. We got back in the car, drove around still, and we're like, we don't see shit. Fuck it, let's just go, whatever. So we're already annoyed. We're like, we're not pissed off. We're just like, whatever, this wasn't shit.
Yeah, not what you expected.
Yeah, we're like teenagers, or high school, whatever. It was like 2010, our senior year. So we're like, whatever, screw it. As we're driving, we pull up to the stoplight, and nobody's there. So it's like your typical fucking, oh, this is like, let me throw this in here for your story, but this is actually what happened. We pull up to the stoplight, we get there, and we see it was foggy. So we get there, there's red, it's yellow, and it turns red. We're like, nobody's here. And I tell my friend, I'm like, "Yo, fucking step on it, fucking whatever." Just giving him shit. And he's like, no, I'm not going to go. Just fucking do it. No, he doesn't do it, whatever. Well, we're turning left. We're going to turn left. Another car pulls up next to us. I don't know where. He pulls up next to us. It's a bunch of people. There's like probably like 6 people in the car, 5 or 6 people. Guys and girls are talking shit. They're like, "Hey, whatnot?" They're honking and shit.
They want to race.
Yeah, like let's race. And then I look and I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Hey," I tell my friend, "I'm like, yo, let's fucking race." And then he's like in a fucking Buick or something. I don't remember. But he's in a Buick. 6 of us. I'm like, "Hey, race." And he's like, Nah, I'm like, "Stop being a bitch," whatever, you know. So he starts flooring it, but he doesn't race, whatever. So the light turns green, they take off, they're laughing and shit, and I'm like, fucking. I told my friend, his name's Kevin, I'm like, "Fucking pussy," I'm like, "You know, you gotta fucking race." Nah, I'm not, bro. Everybody's slimming him shit, whatever. I'm like, whatever. So we take off, we're driving down the road, and then another car passes. This guy's driving slow. I don't know why the fuck he's driving slow. A car passes us to stay on the side. It's there, fucking passes us. He's flooring it and shit, and then he goes up the hill, and then he fucking vanishes it. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna race this car." It's another Mustang. I'm gonna race it. He's like, no, I'm not gonna race it. No, I'm like, whatever. So he takes off, and then whatever. He leaves. Now this is like on a Friday, or this is on a Saturday. Now we go back to school on a Monday because we're seniors. Yeah. We get to school on a Monday, and then, you know, I'm at my locker. I'm like, you know, getting my shit out. My friend Kevin, he comes up to me, and then he's like, "Hey, Vic," he says, "Yo, I gotta talk to you, dude." And I'm like, "What's up?" And he kind of looked like he was like wondering shit, or like you could tell when someone's like confused. Yeah. And he's like, "Hey, so Saturday, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what about it?" And he's like, "We didn't see shit." I'm like, "Nah, I was fucking, you know," I'm like, "Whatever, stupid." So he's like, "Hey, fucking, do you remember the people that we pulled up to in the front, you know, when we got to the stoplight?" I'm like, "Yeah, what about it?" And then he's like, "Do you remember the cop that was talking to us before that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what about it?" He's like, "Do you remember what he said when a group of teenagers died on that same road?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you remember how there was nobody at the stoplight and they pulled up to the light and came up to us?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh shit." I'm like, "Yeah, what about it?" And he's like, "Do you remember how it was a group of teenagers in the car and they wanted to race us?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." And I'm like, and it just started clicking. I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you think that was dumb?" And I'm like, "Holy fuck, dude." I'm like, "Well, and I'm like, "Dude, I don't fucking know." I'm like, "Holy shit." Yeah. And I'm thinking, I'm like, "Holy fuck." I'm like, "Well, maybe." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm just wondering, dude. Do you think that was dumb?" I'm like, "Holy shit." So I don't know if that was it. And then
you guys didn't do like any research over it? Like,
I looked at, so I don't remember, dude. I should have looked that up.
Trying to find the car.
I didn't see nothing, but I didn't see nothing. But like, okay, so then they look clear as day. Maybe it was a coincidence. I don't know. But I forgot to mention this on Saturday. That same Saturday too, when we got back after the White Cemetery in Barrington, we got back to Woodstock. We talked to our friend, and then and they're like, because they knew we went ghost hunting. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Hey, what happened with the ghost hunting and all that?" And, you know, they're making fun of us, talking to us. I'm like, "Dude, it was stupid. You know, like there was nobody there. Like we didn't see nothing." And then are my other friends like, yeah, dude, there's just some stupid Mustang passed us on the side. And then like everybody, like there was like 3 group of friends that didn't go with us. They're like, what? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, there was a Mustang. And they're like, was it a black Mustang? And I'm like, yeah. And then like, did it pass you on the side? I'm like, yeah. Well, yeah. What the hell? And then like, did it try like racing you or whatnot? I'm like, yeah. Were you following us or what? And I'm thinking it was them.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And he pulls up his phone and he shows me the article of the fucking, I guess supposedly a Mustang or a GT or O or whatever the fuck. A Mustang it passes you on the side, trying to run you off the road or trying to get you to race them. I guess that's part of the thing. That's a go, supposedly, that some Mustang people have reported trying to pass them. And I'm like, holy shit. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
And he shows me and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, and he's like, yeah, dude, that must have been something. I'm like, no, it couldn't have been. And I look at my friends and we're like, dude, what the hell? What if that was something else? And then, but I mean, I don't know. Cause like, I remember I was in the back seat. There's a driver and here's the passenger, like in the back, but like, and the car passes right on the left side. And, you know, and I'm looking out this way, you know, my head's on the side, you know, I'm like, whatever, this is stupid. And then usually you can hear a car passing by it. You can hear it pulling up. Yeah. I didn't hear nothing until it was right here, until it was like right by this.
It's almost like it just appeared.
Right there, it just fucking appeared. Yeah. And I was looking out and it just appeared, like the lights shined and it just appeared and passed us. And then I didn't think anything of it, but I'm like, what the fuck? And then I told the guy to race him, whatever. But looking back on that now, it's like, well, what if that was, I don't want to say it is, I don't want to say it's not, but I mean, it could be something where
weird.
Like,
trying to collect souls, man.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, like right? It's not like, oh, this is a ghost. I might be
it's
like
just a coincidence, right? The cop brought it up.
Yeah,
and it happens to be like the same car that supposedly happened. Mm-hmm. It's weird, man.
Now the Mustang, I'm not saying like, oh, this is a ghost, but I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not.
Yeah. Would you go back? Would you go back? To
I would.
Out?
We did. We did go back. We did go back. We went and we walked the cemetery again. We didn't see anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it was because I don't know, man. Maybe it's just luck that you need to.
The fourth story is.
I think it takes like a third.
The fourth story.
He went from 2 to 3 to 4.
All right. I remember the fourth.
Hey, these ghost stories are starting to add up in his crib, huh?
I was talking to one of my friends.
Okay.
I was FaceTiming her. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm brushing my teeth, so we were FaceTiming. And then all of a sudden, I see her son in the background, kind of like dancing around. I'm like,
oh, this is the one recent.
Yeah. And I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, you know, I have my brush in my mouth. I'm like, pointing at the screen, thinking she's gonna see it. But I'm pointing at my screen, you know, pointing at her like, and then I went to go and spit whatever. I'm like, dude, your kid's up. And she's like, no. I'm like, yeah. He was just dancing around in the background. He was literally dancing around in the background, like in a red shirt, like pajamas. Like, no, they're both asleep. The other one is literally like sleeping, right next to the bed. I'm like, well, I saw an actual
one of her
kids, yeah. And I'm like, no. And I started to freak her out. I'm like, I'm freaked out, you know, because I've never experienced something like that.
And you saw the kids standing there clear as day.
Clear as day, dancing around. I'm like,
dancing or standing?
Dancing. I saw movements.
I seen creepier.
I saw movement, dude. And I'm like, oh, he's up, you know. I'm like, oh, you know, I'll hang up, you know, you go take care of your stuff. Like, no one's up. And you know, I started getting that one for sure was like, oh, I never experienced something like that. Yeah. The whole dish on the ground, the whole lights turning on, that didn't really scare me. It scared me, but not like I actually saw it. You know?
Yeah.
You call it what? Doppelganger or
doppelganger? But a doppelganger is when it looks like somebody that you know. There's somebody that they like somebody that like a face that you be like, oh, I thought. Hey, remember where you at? Like,
yeah.
Were you eating at Pandera? I saw you sitting across the room from me. I'm like, no, that wasn't me, dude. That's some other Mexican.
Yeah. You just ignore me, man.
But it was me. I was just ignoring that.
But it's just that one.
What is it? What is the definition?
Can you read apparition or double of a living person.
There you go. A doppelganger.
But is that what you call it in that term?
Yeah, because it's like I said, it's a face. It's a being. I don't know what to call it, but it's something that is already something of something living. I guess the way you can say it, right? Because like it's you, it's me, it's Alejandro, it's your girlfriend's your whatever that was, her child. You know what I'm saying? It's something. It's a face that you recognize.
Yeah. To sum it up, it's pretty much like an old myth, and it refers to like an evil twin. So if you see a doppelganger, it refers to an evil twin.
And I believe the legend is if you see your own doppelganger, that means certain death. Right?
Really?
Is that a thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah. If you see if you see yourself, like, oh, you gonna die.
Damn, dude.
That's why I always close my eyes. I walk with the darkest shades possible, dude. Hey guys, Ramon from Daily Insomnia. Thank you for watching our video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button right here. Watch our mixology videos up here. And if you want to see our latest episode, it's right here. Like always, guys, this is Daily Insomnia. Sign off.